Hello everyone, Raymond here, also known as Ray Vision, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 3 Top 10 list. Now this is going to be the last. That having been said, today we're going to be celebrating the cars we had the most amount of fun driving in Forza Horizon 3. Moving on from that, the next top 10 list will be in either Forza Motorsport 7 or Project Cars 2, where we're going to be doing the top 10 tips and tricks for beginners in those games to improve, or just things you should know about them. So if you have recommendations for those, please leave those in the comments down below. That having been said, let's get started. Now at number 10, we have something that I think everyone can get behind, and that is the Reliant Superman. This thing, well, let's just say we had a lot of fun with it. We had it for the first time in Forza Horizon 3, and no wonder everyone voted for this one, because it is such a classic, and it's a fun car. You can mess about so much in this car, and I feel like I've wasted so many hours on this car, it's not even funny. So, it is definitely deserving of the number 10 spot on this list. Now, number 9 is not something I personally would have chosen, but I have a pretty good assumption why you guys chose it. Y'all like trucks. Yeah, you like your little trucks, don't you? Well, the Ford F-150 takes the number 9 position, and let's be honest, it's a lot of fun. Actually, there's a lot of vehicles that are a lot of fun in this game, and you know what? I feel like the F-150 being a popular car means that more people drove it and more people had fun in it, which is why it's such a fun car to drive at number 9 on this list. Welcome to number 8, which, if you're only basing it off my experience, should probably be number 1, because there's pretty much no other car that I drove more or had more fun driving than this one. Welcome to the man, the myth, the legend, the 8th wonder of the world, the Toyota AE86, the Terreno Sprinter, the initial D-Mobile. I don't know what you want to call it, it's just fun. I don't know how many times I've used this car. I own 4 different versions of this car. This should be an example of why I love it so much. And the fact that you guys voted for it makes me feel special. Obviously, you didn't make it the first place, so shame on you. But you brought it in the top 10 list, so I can't hate you completely for it. And that is why it's deserving of number 1. Wait, no, I meant number 8. It should be number 1. I'm so conflicted. In 7th position, we find ourselves saying hello to a car that I once drove into a ditch. Wait, wrong car, right brand. That having been said, we have the Jeep Trailcat. Now, why this car was chosen should be fairly obvious. It is a blast. It has very loose suspension. It has an incredibly good sounding engine. It has a good amount of power. And if you've ever jumped off the dock that leads to Byron Bay off the Hot Wheels map, you can basically automatically do a front flip in a lot of locations just because of how the stock suspension is set up with this car. It's basically an all-around blast to have, and we're so happy they added it to the game because it is one of the cars we enjoyed the most driving based off your votes and my approval. Now I know what you're thinking. At number 10 we had the Reliant Robin, which means it's impossible not to have this car on this list. This car being the BMW Isetta Bubble Car 300. Now, these cars kind of go together because they're two of like the fun mess around cars, except the Isetta has a few more tricks than the Reliant. While the Reliant can only roll, the Isetta can do a wheelie. It can do donutting wheelies, and it's just generally more awesome because it's in 6th position instead of 10th, so there you go. Welcome to the top 5. You feel special yet? Because I sure as hell do. Guess what? Corvette, motherfuckers! Oh, I'm so happy. Let's be honest. The car that I had the most amount of fun driving, apart from the A86, is Corvettes in general. Now, the C6 ZR1 was also a possibility for this list, but you guys voted for the C7, which either way is a win in my book because it's a freaking Corvette. What is there not to enjoy? Even if this car isn't upgraded, it's a blast to drive. It's got power, you can drift it, and it has traction. So you can have 3... Basically, it's awesome. Just literally, just look at it. It's freaking awesome. Yes. By the way, I do like Corvettes. Now, the next car on this list in the number 4 slot, if it would have been up to me, would not have been on this list at all. But we all know how much I hate this car. That having been said, I can understand why people love it. And that is the cover car for Forza Horizon 3, the Lamborghini Centenario. This thing, well, first off, it's a monster. It's a whole lot of fun to drive. It's on the cover. It's the first car you drive in the game, so you have that special attachment feeling. It's just a good car all around. It's solid in the corners, it accelerates, it brakes, it's got everything you could want and need, and when you upgrade it, it can be one of the best performing cars in drag races. Top speed, around the life, it's just an all-around king, so why would you not want to drive this car? Exactly my point. That's why it's at number 4. Now at number 3, things start getting hot with a car that when it came out sort of threw a wrench in a bunch of my old top 10 lists that had been released before it, and that is the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. This thing is quick, mighty quick, holy cow. It's the fastest drag car in the game, or it was, I don't know if that's changed. That having been said, it's insanely good at cornering, it is fast as fast, it cannot drift over its life. But it's just ridiculous. It's such a ridiculous car to drive. And if you have not had the chance to drive the Sesto Elemento, go ahead and waste all the money you need. I mean, Forza Motorsport 7, Project Cars 2 are about to come out, so you can afford to spend a bit of money and be bankrupt in the Horizon 3. It won't hurt anyone. At number 2, we have the Porsche 918 Spyder, a car that I would not think would make it on this list, but you guys decide to vote all the way up to 2nd place, so clearly I'm wrong and something's wrong in my life, or I'm missing something, because everyone else seems to think this car is amazing. Now, I don't think it's bad, but number 2? Okay, you guys have got it. I am wrong, the people have spoken. That having been said, it is still a fun car to drive. It's one of the fastest drag cars. It's fast around the life. It has that 4-wheel drive. You can go and have some fun. It's also good for beginners because you won't be spinning out as much in this car. So, is the Porsche 918 a good car? Yeah, it is deserving of number 2 on this list, so it is number 2. Welcome to number 1, which I think we all agree deserves this. The Gymkhana Hoonigan Hoonicorn, the Ford Mustang that Ken Blocks likes to drift, and now that we all enjoy to drift. This car is deserving of this spot. Now, it may be because it's from the most recent car pack that you guys voted for it and is fresh in everyone's mind. But that having been said, it cannot be denied that this car is a proper blast to drive. It is just so much fun, and there's no reason for it not to be on this list. So when it came in at number 1, I could do nothing but smile. Well guys, that's going to be it for today's top 10 list. Be sure to leave your recommendations for the top 10 tips for beginners in either Project Cars 2 or Forza Motorsport 7 in the comments down below. As well, let me know which one you want me to do for first, Project Cars 2 or Motorsport 7. I know Project Cars 2 is coming out first, but these lists will be coming out on a bi-weekly basis consistently from now on. Also, if you agree with the list, let me know. If you disagreed, let me know that I missed anything. What car did you have the most amount of fun driving in Forza Horizon 3? Lastly, if you feel like you didn't vote or you missed out or you didn't have your voice heard, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or just check my YouTube channel regularly, so subscribe to it, where you can vote for your favorite cars on the future top 10 lists. All that having been said, my name is Raymond. I've been your host for today, even though I'm a horrible host, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye!